Powers of attorney. Well, actually, we've got for the sake of time, but we might just see whether we can. For those that, whilst we're doing this poll, just want to explain what a power of attorney is, Andrew.
Power of attorney is a document that comes into effect prior to death. So we've talked about executors who administer your affairs once you've died, but let's assume that you have an accident or a trauma and you need someone to do something for you while you're still living but incapable. A power of attorney is a document that enables you to appoint others to make those decisions for you. So legal, financial, depending on which state you're in, medical and lifestyle.
Okay.
So every state has a different regime, so you'll just need to be careful about what is on offer in your particular state or territory. But in most states and territory, you can certainly appoint someone to make legal and financial decisions, which is essential, really.
Yes.
And I'd call that the other plank of estate planning, the power of attorney, because you might suffer trauma and live just as much as you might suffer a trauma and die. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. We've had 72%, 76% of the people online have voted, and it's very close to 50% have got powers of attorney, and 50% haven't. Now, I often talk through with a couple that they should have them for each other.
Yes.
And then one other person.
Alternates.
Yeah,
alternates are important. Just like executors, you generally appoint alternates. Powers of attorney, you can appoint alternates as well. Again, depending on which state or territory you're in, it will determine how many alternates you can appoint. You can appoint them jointly, which means they must act together if there's more than one, or jointly and severally, which means they can act separately or jointly, depending on who's available.
Okay.
On medical and lifestyle type powers of attorney, generally you can only appoint one alternate. So to avoid an argument in the halls of the halls of the hospital, if there's a medical decision that needs to be made urgently, that's why you just have one alternate.
Okay.
One person's got the responsibility. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that haven't done powers, well worth considering preparing them. Certainly for legal and financial matters, anyway.
Yeah, sure. Did you talk through the three different types? For different states.
You're going to test me there, Gavin, because I know Victoria very well, but other states are different.
Yes.
But certainly make contact with a lawyer in your jurisdiction and ask the question. But every state and territory will have a financial version, that is legal and financial.
Yep.
Most states and territories have a medical version, and again, that is refusal of medical treatment.
Okay.
And the enduring guardian is a lifestyle type document. So
what aged care facility you might live into?
Where you live, who you live with, who visits you, what you eat, what you wear, where you go, those kinds of decisions.
Okay. Yeah. I think from my experience, I think there's only 2 types in New South Wales and 3 in Victoria. But yeah,
and I think Queensland has the whole range covered. I think South Australia doesn't have a specific medical treatment power of attorney, but has a different version of that same type of document. And I think WA is different again.
But check out your state.
Yeah, inquire within your jurisdiction. That's right.
So wills are triggered when you die. Powers of attorney are valid when you're still alive but incapacitated.
Yeah, correct.
And that might be just you're overseas and you
it doesn't have to be a legal incapacity. You might travel and you need someone to bid on a house on the weekend. You're going to appoint someone to do that for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.